Soren Kierkegaard, who was an existentialist, once said, "We come to this earth with sealed orders, and our purpose is to find out what they are."
We have a mission. We're here to accomplish our level of growth in this span of evolution to whatever degree we can in each lifetime. And we have certain things to pay back and certain things to create with the level of skill and abilities that we come in with.
Part of why we're here is to accomplish something or to leave a mark, to make the planet and somebody else's life a little better because we were here.
I think with some people, like my uncle, the destiny is more obvious, maybe more involved.
I do believe that we are here for one big reason and maybe a few other reasons, and that when we're done, we're out of here.
We assume identification for this lifetime, and as we assume this identification, there is no reincarnation. Whatever mankind is, this vehicle will die. But the reality of who you are will take on a new vehicle. But you're not the vehicle.
What gets reincarnated is, well, what the Hindu call the Atman. And the Atman is the deepest part of the soul. Mysterious to define, yes, and scientifically we can't verify it. But I will tell you what they've said, certainly through the Upanishads and through many centuries of intense meditation. They believe that there was a deepest part of being called the Atman. That's what gets reincarnated, plus the negative and positive karma generated in this lifetime.
The way you've lived your life thus far and what your soul's message or necessity is in this lifetime, what the message is for you, what has to happen for you to get what you needed to get. And sometimes that is suffering.
So we are building each lifetime on what we're learning in this lifetime. And as I said, you're not taking anything or anybody with you when you go, but you are taking your talents and emotions and your thoughts with you.
I think people, again, have a rough time either facing their own death or people they love because of the same common denominator, a lack of knowing who you are. Because if you knew who you are, no, there is no death. It's just a series of life experiences.
I have had a growing belief in reincarnation. For one thing, it makes sense. It makes sense that you can't do everything in one lifetime, and why are some people having so much difficulty in their life and others look like they're taking a vacation their whole life.
We often wonder why people could come into this life with a certain talent. They may or may not manifest that, but we look at them if they do and say, wow, how could this child suddenly be able to play the piano at 5 years of age? That's because he had experienced that perhaps for several lifetimes, that ability. That ability comes forth. Abilities come forward.
When were you not ever here? That's an interesting question. When were you not ever here? And there's really not a point at which we can say energy was never not here. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It's always just been here.
We always reincarnate in this kingdom until it reaches the end of its evolutionary stage. Always.
I've studied reincarnation for a number of years. There's a wonderful book that came out in the late 80s called The Phoenix Fire Mystery, which is the first scientific attempt to document the fact that some people say that they remember their past lives.
I actually went through past life regression, and I picked one where I was 16 years old in the year 1803 in Ireland. And there was enough information that I was able to bring out of that I was able to research it to find out that it was true.
The Buddhists say you do not remember any of your past lives, because if you did, you would do one of two things. You would either become more egotistical in this lifetime, and the purpose of reincarnation is to eliminate the ego, or you become awfully dismayed, right, at what you had done in the past, to the point where you neglect what you could do now. So it's best for you, the Buddhists say, and the Hindu, that you don't remember these past lives. And in fact, one of the reasons why you don't, if reincarnation is in fact the truth.
Being brought up Catholic, we were told that there was no such thing as reincarnation, and now that I read narrative history books that were the history of which was never incorporated into standard books that we used in school, I find out that there was a whole section in the Catholic Bible on reincarnation that one of our popes decided we should know about.
We have lived many, many lifetimes, and we will live many, many lifetimes. We had many families, we will have many families.
It's like someone said to me in this lifetime, oh, I just want to believe I'll meet my mother when I die. And I said, which one? You may have had others you love more than this one.
Who's our real family? If you really go and find your real family, you'll find the whole world is your real family, because at some point, somewhere, in some lifetime, you were connected with them.
You have inculcated this. If reincarnation is right, let's say, then according to the reincarnationists and religions that believe it, you really have no reason to complain about your life. You made this life. You did this to yourself. You did this to yourself. There's no one you can point a finger to, not even your parents. Your karma, negative or positive, put you in this place.